Coming up on this week's show, Changan expand their product offering with the Uni-S. Fuel consumption in mixed conditions was around 7 litres per 100, and on the highway we're now doing about 6.5, which is pretty decent. JMC's local comeback tour continues.
In South Africa, consumers want value for money, and I think it gives you more for little money.
And Chery's eagerly awaited Tiggo 9 flagship joins the lineup.
You feel like you're driving an electric vehicle, but you have a backup. And that is important because gone is that range anxiety.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Ignition GT. If you'd like to know what's hot on the local motoring scene, you have come to the right place. And as always, our guests have the first word. So let's find out what's been parked in their garages lately. Let's start with someone that's not as familiar to the show, but very much familiar to me. Chris, we've known each other for many years. We're not talking about Suzukis today, okay? I know you love Suzuki, I do too. But what's parked in your garage? What cars are you wanting to have a chat about?
So far, I've actually been too busy, luckily, to actually have any cars on test. So right now, it's just my old Golf 4 GTI that's sitting there. But I do have one of these Changans booked, and I'm going to be getting the Reeve as well. I'm looking forward to that because it's a bakkie and it's in South Africa. Yeah. So, you know, it could go either way.
So I've had test cars at least. And I know we're talking the Changan Uni-S just now, but yesterday it went back, unfortunately, was the Changan Hunter Reeve, the one you mentioned.
Getting that tomorrow, yeah.
Now, this is a different vehicle, very different as being the first Reeve bakkie, range extender electric vehicle. Okay, let's just...
Yeah, you need to get that out.
You need to get that out there, right? I hit the long road. I took it out to the farm, and I did a little bit different, and I must say, I don't think that many guys necessarily get the opportunity, is dirt roads.
Yeah.
And there'd been a lot of rains, there was a lot of mud. And again, I mean, it's got 4 low, it's got an auto setting and 2 high. Interesting, no 4 high specifically. I just left it in auto. It went through mud, it went through everything, no stress, no hassle.
For I think 90% of the South African consumer, a decent bakkie is good enough. That far end of the scale where the Raptor and the Gladiator play, it's not
they're racing machines that go off-road.
Yeah.
But this one, as I said, I didn't even need to engage 4 low. There were a couple of times I thought, should I, shouldn't I? I didn't bother. We took it onto the farm. I then loaded about 600-700 kilos on the back.
Oh, nice.
And the other fun, I've got to just mention this. On the farm, we're driving along literally on a farm track, and there was a nice little herd of cattle. And I'd specifically put it into EV only.
Sneak up on
We sneaked up on them like last moment.
Perfect for the, okay, so
absolutely ideal.
Who'd have thought an electric bakkie is perfect for the farm? But let's get back to Changan, because in the fourth quarter of 2025, Changan entered the South African vehicle market with a comprehensive model range, including the entry-level sedan, 2 bakkies, and even an EV. Not surprisingly, however, it's in the SUV segment that the Chinese car maker hopes to cut a niche for itself, and the Uni-S will no doubt help in that quest. Yes, guess what? Another Chinese car has joined the market and is now available in South Africa. But this one might be different. Let's find out more about the Changan. It's one of China's oldest manufacturers, and it has established a footing worldwide and is now in South Africa. Let's check out the styling first. This over here kind of looks like a Honda, and that's not a bad thing. I love this stub nose in front here and this mesh grille. This boxy front exterior looks nice. This light over here, and remember, all of the Changan models come with LEDs. There are 3 models available, starting at 389,000 and 469,000 for this top spec model over here, which comes with 19-inch wheels. Let's hop inside and have a look at that interior. This color is the color that's available in South Africa, and I don't think it's to everybody's taste, especially the plastic bits over there, which just look a little bit cheap. But other than that, I think it looks great. And although this isn't my favorite color for interior styling, it just makes it feel expensive. And that's what you want from a car that's under 500,000, but is supposed to be the Chinese alternative to the German cars that cost 800,000 and up. These window buttons are not my favorite though, and they kind of work in opposite directions and jut out the top. But other than that, the usual Chinese idiosyncrasies that I complain about are just not here. No bings and bongs for no reason, no weird warnings for no reason, just a very European driving experience. You've got a charging pad over here, which is svelte and soft. And speaking of svelte and soft, everything that you can touch, well, almost everything is really soft and expensive feeling. We got a cubbyhole over here in the middle that doesn't have a button, just opens up, but also again, solid when it closes and big and ventilated inside. Speaking of ventilated, you got these perforated seats over here, and you've also got electrically adjustable seats on both sides that is customized through the center screen over here. Now, everything works through the center screen, including the rear view mirrors et al. But I do think it's pretty intuitive. It does close quite solidly. What do you think of these door handles though? I'm a bit agnostic towards them, but the only thing that I can feel so far that's not like super duper premium feeling is this rest over here that kind of bounces around when you put it down. But as far as everything else goes, back here, lots of legroom. You've got a little pouch over there. Got a light at the back here as well, which is quite nice. And 475 liters of boot space at the back there. Not the biggest, but certainly adequate, I think. We're at the Rietvlei Dam at the moment. There are these very intrusive speed bumps here. And other than the fact that if I go over it too fast, I can feel that the dampening might be a little bit too fast, so the wheel getting forced down. It's really, really comfortable. The steering position is good and fully adjustable, of course. I've got the dash over here, I've got all the advanced safety systems, but without the car screaming at me, which is such a pleasure. So it's got driving mode set to normal, power steering assist mode set to normal, and I find that that's pretty much the sweet spot. I am noticing that the 7-speed dual clutch gearbox is hunting here and there, but in normal mode, I suppose you're not supposed to be trying to put your foot flat like that. The steering is a little bit numb and electronic feeling, but that's really all. And then the ride inside, other than a little bit of road noise on a very rough surface over here, it's quite comfortable and quiet in here. Now it's time to hit the highway and feel what this car's like on the open road. Fuel consumption in mixed conditions was around 7 liters per 100, and on the highway we're now doing about 6.5, which is pretty decent. To make changes to the center over here, you got to keep your finger on the OK button, and then you can start shuffling along to get tire pressures, RPM, and average speed, fuel consumption, etc. Press OK, and that is set once again. And if you want to look around and see what other cars are doing on the highway, for whatever reason, you can. So now we are testing the adaptive cruise control with lane keep assist. And we can also check inside here. Do we want warning or correction? I've got lane keep correction, and I'm cruising at 89 kilometers an hour. We've got a bend coming up now. I'm going to turn the speed up a little bit. Oh, it's always so sketchy when you're testing this in a new car with traffic around you. And it seems good. It seems good. And interestingly, you can see the distance calculator, 59 meters, 60 meters to the truck. It's also got detection on the right here to check for cars. There's a lot happening on this little warning screen over here. But yeah, so far so good. The adaptive cruise control works. Having spent just 4 hours with the Changan Uni-S, I would love to spend more time with it to dig deeper below the raft of features and electronics on this car. Having said that, on the surface, it's a good-looking package with controls that feel intuitive. It's comfortable, there's decent space, and class-leading power and torque with decent fuel economy. It's also very good value for money and across the range, filled with features. I think Changan and the way they're starting to set themselves in the country, looking to have 40 dealers in the near future, really laying down the foundation over the next couple of months, and a solid car at launch might be a brand to look out for. Welcome back to Ignition GT. A few months ago, we featured the Changan CS75, and while it offers excellent value for money, it drew mixed reviews from our guests. So I'm curious to find out if the Uni-S has garnered a more unanimous response. Let's start here. I know that you've had the car on launch. The man in the hat drove the car on launch.
I did.
As is your moniker. I did as well, and I've spent a lot more time with it.
I've just had on test as well. So,
I've just given mine back as well. I do like the car. I think it excels in many, many areas. One of my concerns, though, and I have to put this out there, is that are some of the manufacturers rushing cars to market? Because I did have minor glitches with this car, which I'm sure the dealers can sort out. But still, the kind of glitches that you wouldn't necessarily get in a legacy brand.
Yeah. First of all, you can get glitches on any car. Yeah, there's the old story, the Monday car and that kind of thing. So I don't, obviously if it's a major mechanical failure, it's different. But a minor glitch, to me, I'm more worried about how the dealership attends to it and how quickly they fix it for
100%,
you.
yes.
And as I say, if you buy a new car, sometimes you're going to get that. Take it back. Are they going to attend to it quickly? Is it going to be done efficiently? And what's the fix on it?
They do have an extensive network of dealers,
do, yeah.
and the way they're coming into the country has also been interesting in the sense that they are largely run by a South African contingent that understand the South African market. So that is a huge positive for Changan and the importers, Jamil. So from your side, Chris, what are your thoughts on the Uni-S?
Yeah, it's a lot more impressive than I thought it was. I mean, everybody's got these perceptions on Chinese brands, but that perception is changing fast. And as much as like the car you had at one or two niggles, what I've actually found out recently is that the cars that are coming from China, because everybody says China's dumping cars in South Africa, but that's not the thing anymore. If you actually have a look at it, the cars that come from China have to conform to all of the safety standards and specs that are relevant to the country that it's going to. So you can be guaranteed that that is on par with like the legacy brands cars. It passes all the same kind of things. So it's like Alan said, it all comes down to how those issues are sorted out. But yeah, it's an impressive car, and I think some people are going to be very, very surprised at how good it is.
The ride quality, I feel, is good.
The ride quality is good.
Engine's powerful, one of the most powerful in its class.
It's rated slightly higher than I think most of the others.
And they all basically have a similar configuration, the 1.5 turbo.
Yeah, it's 138 kilowatts, 300 Newton.
There is a sea of cars at the moment in that space. The consumer's never been more spoiled for choice, consumer. Let's start with you, Chris. What makes it stand out, do you think, compared to some of the others?
The build quality has leveled up definitely. The way it feels, the noise levels inside are exactly like the premium brands. When I had posted my content about the launch onto the socials, a lot of people told me, it looks like they're copying the VW Tiguan. The Tiguan. And I was like, not really. It's similar style, but I mean, how different can you make an SUV look these days? They're all going to be similar in some kind of way.
But it is stylish. That light cluster in front looks very good.
And the tail lights as well, the way it lights up across with the Changan badge in the middle lighting up, it's all very cool little features. I mean, those are the kind of things that you brag about to your friends when you buy a new car.
Yeah. Well, we stay with Chinese car makers now, and another one that's eager to re-establish itself in the South African market, JMC.
Today we're at the launch of the new JMC Vegas, but more importantly, the official launch of the JMC brand in South Africa. We're really excited about it. Fantastic products, fantastic pricing, fantastic range. And today is the launch, so you can start to visit our website, start to visit our showrooms in the next couple of days, and you'll be able to get to experience the brand and test drive these products. JMC brand is no stranger to South Africa. JMC was present in South Africa in the early 2000s. And like a lot of Chinese brands that had an entrance in the early 2000s, then left, we as Salvador Caetano Group really thought the brand was exciting. We thought that the brand was good value for money, good product. And as the Caetano Group, we've decided to import and distribute the brand in South Africa. In South Africa, consumers want value for money, and I think it gives you more for little money. And that's really, I think, the main tagline on Built for More. You get more value for your money. It's unheard of to have a double cab under 400,000 Rand, let alone a 4x4 double cab for under 500,000 Rand, full of the specification that you've seen. So we're really excited about the brand, and we think that it's time South Africans got good value for money.
I think it's just the right time for JMC to have come in. And this time here, I think that they've actually surrounded themselves with a great team. From Salvatore Caetano, which is South Africa, GAC, etc., etc. I was very lucky enough to be at the launch of the Vegas. Driving the car, the Bakkie, let's call it the Bakkie, I think it had a great drive feel. Very good looking, nice looking Bakkie. It's big. The build quality to me seemed quite good. What resonated with me the most was definitely the drive and the comfort within the cabin.
I don't think we could say South Africa is ready for them. I think they're ready for South Africa because they've actually made some changes to their vehicles that I think are going to make them more fertile for our market, because it's a very, very competitive segment that they're entering with their bakkies. From design language as well, they're seeing that boxy is in. People love the Raptor, they love the BYD Shark, and so they're bringing in sort of the same kind of look. And I'm really hoping that engineering-wise, they're taking some cues from our driving habits, from our environment as well, to be able to bring us a product that's going to stand the test of time.
In terms of aesthetics, I feel like the JMC is really hit it out of the park, especially because they're coming in at that price point under the R500,000 Rand. So I think that they have a hit in their hand, especially considering what else you can get at that price point.
Let's talk about electric vehicles quickly. Do you know what? I don't think they've done as well as OEMs would have hoped. In fact, I know they haven't. Okay? We are just not there yet. From an affordability point of view, an infrastructure point of view, a number of factors. But one of my biggest things is the range anxiety. That is a huge issue for me, and I think for a number of people. So how do you combat that? Well, a plug-in hybrid, of course. Because for me, you feel like you're driving an electric vehicle, but you have a backup. And that is important because gone is that range anxiety. And what better than an SUV with what is essentially the best range in the market at like 1,400 kilometers. Like, fill up your tank and you're going 1,400 Ks. I'm all for that. And that is thanks to this, which is the Chery Tiggo 9 plug-in hybrid. It is the flagship 7-seater SUV for Chery, and it is now this plug-in hybrid version. And I have to say, I'm kind of loving it. Let's start start with the looks, actually. The paint color, I can't find out what it's called, by the way. I did try and find out. But it just is very cool. In fact, so many people keep commenting on it when I drive past or pull up to like a parking lot or a shopping center or something. The first thing people are noticing is the color. I mean, the wheels, I'm not even a wheel girl. And they just look like super slick, super cool. And just the whole design, the lights, everything. I think they've done a fab job with this car. Then when you step inside, it carries on being as premium and as plush with all these soft touch materials, and the whole setup is very, very premium. And so it should be for a R1 million car, right? Well, okay, a 989,900 Rand one, okay, if we're going to get technical. But let's just call it a mil, round up, shall we? That's a mil. So I want to feel like I'm in a R1 million car, and I do feel like I'm in a R1 million car. And the features also make me feel like I'm in a R1 million car. First off, though, let's talk about this enormous screen at 15.6 inches. You know I don't like a big screen, okay? This one in particular is a bother. For me, it's too big. And how I can tell that, the steering wheel cuts off the home button and the buttons to the apps and everything. So I've got to do this if I'm trying to find everything, and then add your hand here and it covers even more. It's also got a 14-speaker sound system, which sounds fabulous. This has got a head-up display. It's got a wireless charger with a 50-watt wireless charger, so that can charge your phone ever so quickly. It's got USB ports sort of here, down here and everywhere, ventilated and heated seats. These ones also massage you. Now, does that not just feel R1 million? Yeah, it does. It's also then got a host of safety features. It does have a 5-star rating. It's got 10 airbags. It's got a 540-degree camera, my goodness. And then, like I say, it's got sort of lane keeping assist. It's got park assist. It's got every assist you can imagine. I can't even go through them all because there are too many. Space is ample as well. It's got a 448-litre boot. With all those seats up, it's a little bit less, obviously, but it is still very usable. So the Chery Super Hybrid plug-in hybrid system consists of a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine and a 34.4 kilowatt-hour battery. Now, what makes this so wowzer is its performance outputs. Okay, you've got 455 kilowatts of power and 920 newton meters of torque. I'm not even talking about a supercar. This is a 7-seater SUV from Chery. But those are some big numbers, right? So you take those outputs maybe with a bit of a pinch of salt, just because, cool, you put your foot down, you get that beautiful instant torque, that sort of EV feeling, because I'm in EV mode. But once you're up to sort of 100 k's an hour, it kind of loses a bit of steam, but it's still not bad. Like, I still think it's fine. Like, it's a lovely cruiser. It's really, the suspension setup of this car is exemplary. It's beautifully set up that it is a cloud to drive on. You know, it's like, it's a big girl, you know, and yet it sort of gets off the mark really quickly. It feels sort of nimble, but you are aware that you're in quite a big car. So I mentioned the range earlier, which is the biggest draw card for this car specifically, I'd say, is that it's 1,400 kilometers. You get 160 kilometers in EV range. And I have to say, so for the last 50 Ks, like from a fuel consumption point of view, you can get around 4.5 liters per 100 Ks. They claim 6.9. I've also seen figures of 6.8, but the point is that you can get it quite low. And then if you're driving to school and back or whatever, and the kids around town and stuff, that 160 Ks, you can be like EV mode just about all the time. So you're going to be going to the fuel station very seldom, basically. So I think if you're looking for a practical family car that's comfortable, that feels very premium, and is as efficient sort of as they come, then the Chery Tiggo 9 PHEV is something to consider. I think the only rivals for me are actually its siblings. This is very good value for money, and there's very little that I want to fault about it. So I think overall, just a fab car.
That brings us to the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for coming through, gentlemen. I look forward to seeing you guys.
Great being here.
Future
Always a
episodes.
pleasure.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure.
Join us again next week when Juliet puts the highly anticipated Kia Tasman through its paces. We find out if the Mitsubishi Destinator has what it takes to make inroads in the compact SUV segment. And Gugu gets reacquainted with the Mercedes-Benz A-Class.